What Happens in the Woods is a true crime podcast. We discuss events that are often violent in nature. Listeners' discretion is advised.
Mate, what wanker wrote this? Have you heard this podcast? Jess just drones on and on, talking and talking, blah, blah, blah. Bryce just says, okay, and uh-huh. Don't get me started on Mara and Olivia. Shit, we're still recording? Bryce, cue the music.
Welcome to WTF Wednesday, half an hour of true crime stories. It's the finest in fuckery. Now here is your host, Jess, with true crime stories that'll make you say, what the fuck?
Hello, friends, and welcome to the best day of the week when we bring you stories that will leave you shaking your head in disbelief as you mutter, what the fuck? Hello, Bryce.
Hello.
I'm going to dub you like the king of fuckery or something.
The king of fuckery?
What's your new title?
I don't know.
The guru of fuckery.
Sure.
The guru. It's so now. All right. Well, we have a loaded episode for you guys. So, of course, we have to bring back Colin.
Guess what, bitch?
We don't give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck.
Hi.
And we also have back with us Olivia.
Olivia.
Am I singing this week, Bryce?
No, I'm not saying. I didn't want to torture people.
Okay.
Hello, Olivia.
Hello.
And then you might have heard somebody in the background giggling. With us is my mother.
Let's go.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm here.
So welcome everybody, Jeanette, to the podcast.
Hey, Mom.
She is a huge BTS fan, huge. She's part of ARMY. So if anybody listens and knows BTS and knows ARMY and has the things, pass along the message because my mom would love that.
Yes, I would.
I don't understand a damn thing you just said.
But I did, and that's what's scary.
Army forever.
So as many of you know from, I think, the week before, no, last week. Yeah, the week before, the prior week.
Yes.
Yeah. We moved my mom up. So she is currently residing in my home. And, and so far we have not fought. So, small miracles.
No. I don't think there's much that we would fight about anyway. So,
Well, I just have to say that God works in mysterious ways.
that's true. He
The
does.
goddess.
The goddess.
Yeah. Whatever deity
yeah.
we're discussing today. All right. Any updates from anybody?
Fight the power.
Fight the fucking power.
Women are angered.
That's why today we're on a goddess kind of vibe instead of a god vibe because women are awesome and you just fucking pissed off half the country. But what do I know?
Well, here at What Happens in the Woods, we are 100% behind women's rights. And that means the right to choose whatever you choose. And
Right on.
We don't have to agree on anything but that. So, without getting too political, we'll see everybody next week at whatever protest we can find. Are we ready to get into this week's fuckery?
Yes.
Yas.
Yes.
And if you don't shoulder shake while you listen to that music, you're not a fucking fan.
Fake fan.
Fake fan. All right, we're going to tackle a story out of Louisiana that involves an obscenities charge in regards to an act that was done in the privacy of a church.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a cool September evening in 2021 when a man was out for a walk and he passed by St. Peter's and Paul Roman Catholic Church.
Of course it was the damn Catholics.
Of course it was. And of course, this man was very shocked when he glanced into a window and saw a threesome in action on the altar. Ew.
Oh.
So he called the police. Father Travis Clark, the then priest of the church, and two female dominatrixes, that's a word. That is a word. Dominatrixes were engaging in a bit of fun with some whips and chains and things on the church altar. Police showed up and arrested the group, who included Mindy Lynn Dixon from Kent, Washington.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
And Melissa Kamen Chang of Alpharetta, Georgia, on obscenity charges. Now, of course, the father was dismissed from his post.
Oh,
The Catholic Church cannot allow this, of course. After the arrest, the Archbishop of New Orleans stated, quote, his desecration of the altar and church was demonic. I am infuriated by his actions. When the details become clear, we will have the altar removed and burned. End quote. The trio made bail and they were released from jail shortly after their arrest, but they argued that there was no obscenity as the sex act was consensual and not done in actual public. So essentially, this man walking by should have just minded his own goddamn business and not been looking in windows.
Peeping Tom.
Those charges were later dropped. They were changed to institutionalized vandalism. They vandalized the altar. I mean,
it's giving Fleabag, that's for sure.
I thought you would appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, okay. I have a couple thoughts on this.
Okay. Tell us your thoughts.
First of all, I'm glad that this is an adult audience. First of all,
is it?
With the whips and chains involved with sex and a priest, there are priests who whip and whip themselves for contrition,
right?
All the time.
Self-flagellation.
So maybe this was an act of contrition. And second of all, and I know I'm going to get heat for this, but the Catholic Church does encourage sexual activity for procreation. So, in my eyes, I think he was being a good priest. I mean,
no,
seriously.
I like your takeaways from this, Mom.
It's a good thought process.
Yeah.
It's a good thought process.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, he kind of broke his vow, but on the other hand, everything else he was doing was, they weren't using a condom and they were whipping each other. So come on.
I don't know if condoms were in use or not. I really don't. So
right.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Some people really should just mind their business. I mean, whether you're a priest or like a billionaire or a worker at McDonald's, like, you have a right to consensual sex, and maybe people should just mind their own fucking business.
I think really what they should have done is invested in some curtains to close those windows so that people couldn't see what they were doing.
Right, but
or maybe just go away from the windows.
But then you wouldn't see the beautiful stained glass windows.
Okay, well, maybe that's not necessary. Maybe there were no stained glass windows.
I'm sure if anything, you can find a way for it to be lit up in between. I don't know.
I feel like there are ways that you could have kept that to yourself, and this wouldn't be an issue.
But the altar,
I mean
that's kind of
demonic
like
activity.
No, you know what? That's very like pagan.
Oh, it very much is.
Yeah,
very much so.
Very pagan.
It's kind of like. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, there's that.
Only in Louisiana.
I mean, it was something. So up next is our Florida fuckery.
Yes! Brother, anything goes in Florida. Hello,
And I have not one, not two, but 3 Florida fuckeries for y'all this week.
Oh my God. Florida is just a fucking content creator.
Yeah,
Yes,
consider
it
it a
is.
gift from Florida to the world.
It's about the only thing
you.
I want from Florida.
All right. So this first one is from June of 2020. Authorities were left puzzled after a man went to the hospital with injuries resulting in a machete attack. It was a Saturday night in Spring Hill, Florida, when a fight broke out at a gathering, not a party, a gathering at a person's home. 2 men started getting into it at around 10 p.m. for whatever reason. No one really knows. The victim involved lived at the residence where the party was happening the gathering was happening. And he had just gotten home. He was going to get in the shower when Justin Couch began the altercation. The 2 stepped outside where Couch began attacking the man with the machete. According to the article I read, Couch told the man he needed to leave the property, but the victim stated he needed his wallet and his cell phone, and then he'd go. And, that was inside the house. Well, apparently, Couch responded with, quote, "There is nothing here for you. Leave." This prompted Couch to use the flat side of the machete to strike the man in the arm and leg. And matters then got more serious as the machete was swung at the victim's face, slicing through his arm as he tried to block the attack with his left arm.
Ooh.
The victim quickly passed out from the shock and the pain. And in a weird twist, Couch transported the victim to a friend's house, who then took the victim to seek medical care. So I'm gonna slice your arm with the machete, but then I'm gonna take you to somebody's house who might be able to help you in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what brings this story full circle is that Justin Couch has a tattoo on his face of, guess what?
A machete.
A machete. Yes.
Oh my God.
This man has a tattoo of a machete under his left eye. It comes right under his eye.
Where was this in Florida?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Spring Hill, Florida.
It sounds like a Spring Hill, Florida kind of a thing.
Sure.
I'm sorry for all of you that live in Spring Hill, Florida, and if you're listening, maybe watch out for the machete man.
Yeah.
Because
Run, bitch! Run!
So Couch was arrested a couple of days later. He was charged with aggravated battery, and he was held on $10,000 bond until his sentencing. And I'm unable to find an update in this case. So this happened in 2020. I would think that, his sentencing, I'm sure, has already happened. But if I come across it, I will update everyone. Yeah.
Wow.
Beware of Florida man with the machete.
it's like a whole other breed.
I think I'd rather not go there.
Yeah,
No, I'm good.
we are good.
That's just wow. I'm not sure what to say about that, because it's a machete is exactly, a machete is not something you play with.
And no, that is no joke. And I'm sure he was sliced pretty deeply throughout his arm. He actually, at the time of the
milk!
milk is not. I mean, it does the body good, but I don't think it's going to do that. He actually had no use of his left hand because of the injury at the time of the
wow.
reporting.
I'm going to pass out. I hate hearing stuff about this.
Sorry.
I hate it.
Okay, well, we're going to move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I don't want to die.
Move on.
All right. The next Florida story involves a young woman who's just living her best damn life, and she was crossing things off of her bucket list. So on May 12th of this year, Janiyah Douglas was seen driving her speeding car and evading the police who were trying to pull her over. The 19-year-old was eventually taken into custody after the chase, and when she was finally arrested, the reasoning for all this that she gave the police was that getting arrested was on her bucket list. that is she's 19 years old. What kind of fucking bucket list can you possibly have?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying that it's not on my bucket list. I think it would be an experience. Okay, just like go in the slammer for like a day, just shit in front of people or
Only
whatever.
if I could do it like Golden Girls style when they got arrested for the suspicion of sex work.
Oh yeah,
That was hilarious.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, I don't know. We'll find out next weekend when we go protesting.
Right. So she is facing charges of fleeing and eluding police. And I would say to her, mission accomplished, young lady.
Yeah.
Not only did you get arrested, but you also suffered the consequences.
She's living her
Now
best
you have a
life.
record.
Right.
You know what?
Now she has a record for the rest of her life that she did some stupid shit like that.
Life is too short to worry about whether or not it was stupid. That's a tomorrow problem.
I mean, I guess if you're going to do stupid shit, do it when you're young or do it when you're old. Because in either case, I feel like you have more of you're able to maybe be like, oh, I'm only 19. What the fuck do I know? Or,
Right.
I'm 70 years old. I've lived a life. I don't fucking care.
Right. It's that
Right.
sweet spot. You know,
Right.
I wouldn't do stupid shit from like 25 to like 55.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. 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 That is a good 30-year gap you can get a
Right.
really good life in.
Right.
You're still young whippersnapper.
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 Doohickey and whippersnapper. You've
Yeah.
heard the words of the day.
Yes.
Okay.
And you could live your life in those 30 years and it'd be decent. And then, you know what, Mom? You should start doing some crazy shit.
You can do some fuck shit.
You could do some fucking shit.
How do you know I haven't?
Okay, that's a different
Oh.
podcast. Moving on.
Oh my God.
What the hell is going on here?
No one knows.
No, I
We
think you
don't
should
know.
do it when you're older because, when you're young, you're trying to find your way in the world. And then you go to an employer and then they're like, what is this? And then how do you explain that away? Because you have a whole life ahead of you.
You could just become a drug dealer.
Just do it.
Because everybody just has that opportunity. Okay.
I mean,
Olivia, you're
Well,
of this age. What are your thoughts on this?
With the way the world is going right now, I say fuck it.
yes!
Okay.
I mean, at least she's not committing murders
Right.
and
I mean,
taking
true.
babies
That's
from the hospital. I don't fucking know.
She
She just ran away from the police for a bucket list item.
Right.
The bucket list item.
Yeah. I want to, you know what? The real question is, I want to talk to her. I want to know what else is on this bucket list. That's the real question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe we should try to find her.
We should. If you're out there, girl, find us. Let's talk.
Yeah.
I want to know. I need to know. What else have you crossed off?
Right.
Like, what's going on here?
Right.
What's your life story? Give me everything.
Also, I kind of want to, I'm curious about it if anybody will post on like our social media what are your bucket list items?
Oh, yeah, please tell us.
Yeah.
Give us the craziest, the wildest,
The absolutely craziest.
the most obscene things. Well, maybe not the most. Keep it Instagram friendly, but
It's Instagram. It's not Facebook.
they're owned by the same people.
Yeah, but I feel
Wow,
like
that
Instagram
really
gets
makes-
away with some shit.
Post it on Twitter.
That
Twitter
makes
don't give a
me.
fuck.
That makes me wonder. I don't have a bucket list. Should I get one?
Get one.
Yeah.
Can we not be aware of what's on your bucket list? Because I'm
Yeah.
scared.
That's a personal.
I'm scared. Sweetie, when you get the phone call from the cops, you can honestly say, I don't know who she is.
I have her permission. Who's
I have
she?
no idea.
Don't know her.
I
Didn't she
don't
give
have a
birth to
mother
you?
by that name.
That is debatable that she gave birth to me,
I don't
It's
remember.
debatable.
I don't remember who gave birth to me. So
Debatable.
Yeah, you can deny it all you want. It's okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
It
I'm a
depends
big
on
girl.
how much
If
the
I-
bail is.
the thing is, I'm a big girl. If I get myself into trouble, I'm going to get myself out.
Okay. Everybody
I
is
wouldn't
witness
do
to
that.
this.
Yeah, it's recorded now,
Yeah.
so I'm screwed.
And mind you, she didn't say if I get myself into trouble. It was a when I get myself into trouble situation here.
You know, we'll be posting a GoFundMe for my mother's future bail money fund. Everyone, please donate. It's going to a great cause.
Yeah, even $5 you can sponsor our mother's jail.
Yes.
Bucket list.
Yes, that would be fantastic. We really thank you for the
Keep
support.
us in your thoughts and prayers, please.
How's her bucket list going to be, Olivia?
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Legendary.
All right.
Well, you guys won't forget it.
I'm sure we won't. It'll be good stories. All right. Our last Florida fuckery. I have a very recent story that just broke just a couple days ago. Walton County sheriffs were called out to a noise complaint to a house party in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida on June 23rd. Turns out over 200 teens were having a house party in an $8 million home that they broke into.
Wow.
Right. Talk about bucket list. Somehow some of these teens knew that the house would be empty on this date and had handed out flyers like 5 days prior to the party. They still can't figure out how they knew it. The party was definitely one for the books. The house was completely ransacked, with teens stealing shoes, purses, alcohol, and other items from the married couple and their 2 young children who owned the home. There was even a boxing ring that was set up in the front foyer of the home for, Fight Club.
Oh, God.
This is Sparta!
Police were able to take a few of the teens into custody after responding to the disturbance call that a neighbor made, but they are still working on identifying others from pictures that were posted on social media. Literally, the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
So
Y'all aren't
why
supposed
are you posting
to.
Pictures?
Right. You're stupid. Stupidity.
Okay.
You don't get caught in photographic evidence.
If you do take pictures, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you don't post it.
Well, my first thought on this is that if these people have an $8 million home, that's the amount, right? $8 million?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they'll be fine. Like, we're not...
It's not their house, though. They broke into it.
No, I know. But the couple, they'll be fine.
I'm
the
sure
couple will
there's
be fine.
insurance and
There's
things.
insurance. They're going to be fine.
Right. They're going to be okay. But, I mean... related to that, the family called the break-in, quote, a complete violation, and they will be trying to put their home back to rights as well as address getting more security because they no longer feel safe. They have an 8 and a 10-year-old children living at home. That's not okay.
No.
That's not okay.
But I feel, too, how people found out was they probably posted it on social media. Hey, we're going.
You're right. They may have.
Because, number one, if they have an 8 and a 10, they're not pushing it. I hope they're not posting it.
Nowadays, kids
But,
8, 10 years old have social media, so who knows?
I'm being hopeful here, but I'm just saying they probably posted it to social media, and people that live in the area, I would look to the area because you know how you can look around you, or even on Facebook if you belong to a neighborhood, or you know what I mean. That's probably how they knew.
It could be, yeah.
It could be like a neighbor of an aunt of a cousin.
Sure.
But, I will say, teens these days are fucking ballsy.
Right?
They don't give a fuck.
No.
Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
No.
I don't
really.
know. I don't know whether to be impressed or mortified.
Both?
I mean, both,
Yeah.
I guess. Because I sure the fuck never would have when I was that age, when I was a teenager.
No, and that's the thing is, like, with kids these days, you can literally, like, you could give them a fucking, like, I don't know. I'm trying to find, I'm talking to this guy, and I just want to know he's okay. And then they will come back with you, with his address, his parents' addresses, like their phone numbers,
The sleuthing.
the spreadsheets,
Yes.
the family photos from when they were 2,
Right.
the family secrets.
The internet
everything
sleuthing is a real yes.
So am I surprised that they figured it out? No,
I'm not. I'm surprised that the police can't figure out how they figured it out. That's, come on now.
Literally just hire some 16-year-old white girl that carries an iced coffee with her and give her the job, and she'll figure it all out in like 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that hard nowadays to figure out things online, because even I've done it. You get...
Hire my mom.
I won't tell you.
Santa Rosa Beach. Hire my mom. Right. She'll figure it out.
She'll figure it out.
I will figure it out for you, but it's not that difficult, because if you know where to look, you can find out anything.
Oh, yeah. The internet has a very long memory.
Yeah. Well, and there are multiple sites. And when you figure it out and you pinpoint it, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
As for how many people were at this party, I can say from experience, when you do invite some people over for a party that's supposed to be kind of quiet, always more people show up than what you thought were coming. So,
I wouldn't say it was kind of quiet, though. They passed on flyers.
Oh, well, then it wasn't
They had
quiet.
made flyers. This was not quiet. This was a, hey, look what the fuck we're going to do.
I mean...
Yeah, and it's always more people show up, though.
That's very true, yeah, because everybody brings a friend or 5 or 2 carfuls.
Hey, dude, they're having a party over at blah, blah, blah's house.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
There might be Coach purses.
I'm bored. I have nothing to do.
Hidden away.
Somebody tried on this woman's bathing suits.
Oh, I love
it.
What the fuck?
I know. Like, why? Why would you try on the bathing suits that somebody wears?
Yeah, I'd move.
Right? Burn it all.
Burn everything.
Burn it down.
Burn the house down.
Yeah, stole like the 10-year-olds like Nikes.
Holy
Why?
Kids don't give a fuck.
Like, what are you going to do with some 10-year-olds Nikes?
Maybe they wear the same shoe size.
Maybe.
Maybe they have small feet.
Maybe. I don't know.
But,
or maybe they had a sibling that could wear them.
Why would you try on some lady's bathing suit?
Right.
You don't know where that's been.
You don't know where her cooch has been.
Yeah.
No.
I'm good.
And then how do you find out that somebody's tried on your bathing suit?
Well, because the clothes were like around and inside out, and they found like evidence, like such as pubic hairs.
It was posted to social media.
What was what?
Wasn't it posted to social media?
Some of it was. Yeah, some of it was.
How does it look?
Yeah, some of it was. Yeah, but they. Yeah, I mean, people posted a lot to social media. Like there was a lot of photos. So the police are not going to have a hard time finding who was involved at all.
Just get you know what they need to do? They need to go to the high school, get the yearbook, and start comparing pictures.
I'm sure they're doing
that. It's
that.
not going to be that hard.
Well, I mean, they really don't even have to do that. All they got to do is like see who's tagged in posts and see who they're friends with.
Well, yeah.
Or if they're kind of smart about it, no one's tagged.
Maybe nobody's
I don't think
tagged.
they were that smart.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I mean, but you still look at who people are friends with.
Yeah.
And then once you see the pattern of, oh, this person was there, we already know them, who were their friends, and you find the links, it's not going to be hard. It's not rocket science.
Just connect the dots. Nope. Yeah, and you just connect the dots, and it's not that difficult.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand. You couldn't touch me or pay me to touch somebody. You couldn't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
You couldn't pay me to touch somebody's worn bathing suit.
Yeah, I don't want to touch another person's punani through the transitive properties.
I don't
know.
I don't even want to touch them in the stores, and they have that, that.
Oh, what?
I don't even try them on in the store. It's
sticky film thing. Yeah, that's not. That's a joke. You gotta keep your underwear on.
It is a joke.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
All right, well, that's it for the Florida fuckery this week.
Oh.
That's enough.
Our next story comes to us courtesy of Willy Wonka. Just kidding. This one comes... Johnny Depp.
Depp.
And no, Gene Wilder. Thank you very much.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder is the only Willy Wonka that I acknowledge. I like Johnny Depp, don't
scary.
get me wrong, but his version was not my favorite. So this one comes from an M&M factory in Elizabethtown, PA, where in a very I cannot talk today. Where in a very Willy Wonka way, 2 of the workers fell into a half-full chocolate tank.
Ooh,
yeah.
Was it like hot?
I'm sure it was. It's chocolate.
Did they get boiled to death?
No, thankfully they did not.
Oh, okay. That's good.
The 2 people were rescued by emergency workers after they had cut a hole into the tank to help them exit and then taken to the hospital to be evaluated. It just, all I can picture is Augustus.
Yes.
What's his last name? Gloop?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah.
Mom? Gloop? Or something like that.
God, I can't remember.
Augustus. I could just see his mom. Augustus! Where are you going?
Come back here.
Yeah. So the Department of Labor is investigating how in the hell this happened, stating, quote, the 2 workers were performing maintenance inside the tank when they became trapped. You didn't know that there was chocolate in the tank when you were performing the maintenance?
I know what happened.
What happened?
They went to go eat all the chocolate.
Oh.
Spice.
And then
quote unquote performing maintenance. Yeah. Right.
And then they ended up falling in.
Right.
They got hungry.
And they said,
"You're not
let's just
you when you don't have chocolate."
They just were like, "Hey, let's climb down into the vat of heated chocolate and take a couple of sips.
Let's just take a gulp,
right,
of chocolate."
I mean, I'm a little curious how that would taste, like warm, fluidy chocolate, like gushing chocolate that's being heated to a certain temperature. Like, what would that taste like?
Why don't we just get a fucking chocolate fountain?
I used to have
We've
one.
had a chocolate fountain.
Yeah, I had to get rid of it. You can't clean those things. They're fucking ridiculous.
I feel like it would be very much the same kind of like realm. I mean, I'm sure it would be a little different because it would be like a whole vat, and I would love to just take my hand and scoop chocolate and then eat it.
Right. I mean,
just for funsies.
That's the thing, is I never blamed Augustus for sticking his face in that chocolate river.
No.
I never did.
That's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
But he should have been smart about it.
Right. You take a cup and you scoop the cup in and then you drink it. Your whole head and your arm did not need to go in there.
That's how you drink chocolate.
And now you know.
Don't fall in.
Don't fall in. Be smart.
You know what's going to happen now? There's going to be a worldwide shortage of M&Ms, and now we know why.
Right.
Oh, damn.
Now the price of M&Ms are going up.
Right.
Fuckers. Screwed it up for everyone.
A whole vat.
Motherfuckers.
Millions of M&Ms were just lost because they had to let go of all that product because some 2 motherfuckers tried to go eat some chocolate.
Right.
And had to get caught.
Damn assholes.
You know.
Well, I better go stock up then on my peanut M&M.
You know how that makes me feel.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never
Kim
understand.
Kardashian's ugly cry.
You can't see it, but I'm trying to do it right now.
No.
Yeah. It's a series of unfortunate events.
Yes. Yeah. Go get your M&Ms, people.
Yeah,
for the price.
Get them now. Get them now. So OSHA is going to do a 6-month investigation on this, and they will report their findings. And I, for one, am very curious about the outcome of this report.
Absolutely.
I really hope I'm right.
For the safety...
Well, don't they...
What? What, Mom?
I was going to say, don't they have some Oompa Loompas in there somewhere?
Mom?
Shouldn't they have been the ones in the vat? You know, chocolate dipped little blue men.
It wasn't blue men.
I thought they were orange.
They were orange.
Oh, orange. Sorry. sorry.
You're talking about the
I'm
aliens.
sorry.
She just went from Blue Man Group, like Oompa Loompas, to Blue Man Group in Vegas. I don't know what's happening. No, this is M&M. This is Mars Company or whatever it is the owning. Yeah. This isn't Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There are no Oompa Loompas.
Oh,
Can you imagine though what the song would have
darn.
been?
Oompa Loompa Loompa Doo. What you gonna do when you falling about a fucking chocolate? Sorry.
Can you imagine they had to cut open the vat? So they took a blowtorch, cut it open, and out came all the chocolate, and the workers just like a
Oh God.
Like they got burnt out of this vat of chocolate. Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
The water broke.
I would pay money to see this happening.
The water broke.
The water broke. I would pay money to see video footage of this.
You know what? I'm low-key imagining it in my head.
I am
it's
too.
So fucking funny.
Yeah. That's some shit. Well, what do you have for us this week?
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Are you ready?
Are we ready for the
prepared?
newest, most popular segment?
Yes.
Uncle Colin's Fun Facts. What do you have for us, Uncle Colin?
All right. So today, I'm sure most people have heard about this, but I wanted to go into detail about it. Today, I take you to Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm sure everyone has heard about the zone of death, where, through a constitutional loophole, it is legal to kill somebody, technically.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the flooding.
What?
No.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I've heard of the flooding. What about
No.
it? Oh,
No.
Okay, what's tell us.
All right.
Why are your facts always enabling somebody to be able to get away with a crime?
No comment. So, all right. So back in, when was it? 2005. This got a lot of attention because a Michigan State law professor, Brian Colt, wrote an article in the Georgetown Law Journal, The Perfect Crime. Okay. And there is a 50 square mile zone of death in Yellowstone National Park where you can legally murder someone. Now, how does this work? So the zone is actually made up of Idaho. Because as you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 states that encompass Yellowstone National Park, right? So
Right.
I have to preface this by saying that nobody lives in the Idaho part of Yellowstone. Okay?
Okay.
So let's say somebody murdered someone in this zone and they invoked their Sixth Amendment right, which is to have a jury composed of people from the state where the murder was committed, Idaho. Mm-hmm. And from the federal district where it was committed. So the District of Wyoming has purview over all of Yellowstone, even parts of Montana and Idaho. So he would need this person would need a jury composed of people from Idaho, Montana, right? And Wyoming. Yes. Okay. But because no one lives in the Idaho part, no jury could be formed and the case would have to be dismissed because he would need a jury.
So
Oh.
because nobody lives in that particular part of Idaho.
Yes. And it would have to be committed in the Idaho part, which is that 50 square miles.
But there are people who live
out.
Yes.
Get your GPS out. There were people who live in Idaho though. So wouldn't they bring in people?
But no, when a crime is committed, it has to be within the federal district zone where the law was or where the crime was committed. And so because it, Wyoming, whichever one I said, encompasses all of Yellowstone Park, it doesn't go on the Idaho one. It goes by the Wyoming or Montana one, whichever federal district I just mentioned. It's very confusing. Wyoming, yes, Wyoming, excuse me. It would have to go under the federal district of Wyoming.
Okay.
And that portion of Idaho is under Wyoming federally.
Okay. So they wouldn't bring people in from Wyoming?
Yes.
No, they would.
They would. But since there's nobody from Idaho, the jury would be incomplete, so they can't
create a jury. So So yeah, I know that a lot of people have thought about this or have heard about this. I was reading from the most updated one is a 2016 article by Vox. But yeah, it's technically legal. From what I can remember, in February of 2022, a Democratic representative from the state of Idaho is trying to close the loophole because it would take a congressional law to move that district out of Wyoming into an Idaho situation so that they could have a jury. Yeah.
Sure.
But
has anybody tried to do this?
Not that I could find.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this guy literally put it out there for the world to know, and nobody's taking advantage of that information?
I mean, but isn't it low-key kind of interesting that that is the only place in the entire United States where legally you could get away with probably not just murder. You could probably get away with a few crimes.
Probably.
Because especially if they're ones that a jury would be required.
Are people allowed to go into this area? What are you going to do, Mother? Are you planning to murder somebody?
Oh, no. I thought maybe we'd have some fun doing some other things.
I don't want to
kill anybody.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to go have fun that may actually be illegal in other parts of the United States.
Like drugs? I mean, you can do drugs anywhere. You can do anything, just don't get caught.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my luck. No, I'm thinking
I feel
cheating
I feel like that's the whole point of my fun facts is that you can get away with things. So just don't get caught.
So is this 50 square miles, is it accessible?
I don't know. Let me look on a map.
Because do people drive through it? That kind of makes a difference. And yeah.
Let's look at a map.
It's very
well. I don't know. Now I've been on that road between Idaho and Yellowstone. So were you, Jessica, but you were so young you don't remember.
I remember that drive.
There's really nothing there. There's an occasional gas station, but if people live there, they're way off the grid. Even when we were there, way off the grid. So, I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
I'm looking, and it doesn't look like there's particularly a specific road that goes through there. But who's to say that you don't hike over there?
Right. I'm curious, do you have to kill the person on that land?
Crime has to be committed on that land.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm not suggesting that anyone goes and does that. It's also out in the cuts. So the likelihood of a body even being found would be unless the person was missing and actually missed.
Right.
But
so you'd be bear food.
I mean, yeah, you'd be food for the wilderness creatures.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's my little fun fact. That's how it is technically legal to murder someone in Idaho.
And knowing is half the battle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will make sure to send the links over to you guys.
Yes, please send me that link so we can add it, because I don't think we added last week's.
No, I don't think we did either, and I got nervous.
We need to reattach. We need to we need to fix it.
Yeah, I need to find that article again.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle Colin.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And this has been Fun Facts with Uncle Colin.
All right, lastly, we have a couple updates. So the first is, you guys, Lake Mead is getting worse. It's getting way worse. So the water level goes down like a couple of feet every 2 or so weeks.
Oh my God.
Like we're talking feet, multiple feet of water level drainage.
So what, Vegas is going to be out of water soon?
I mean, yeah. So it's estimated that the water level is so low that they will have to shut down the boating launch. There's only one out of 5. There's only one open that's remained open. And they're going to have to ban boats from using the lake within the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Where's that mobster money that's supposed to be fighting the climate change?
We had jokingly relayed that the mobsters were trying to stop this from happening and working on global warming issues because of this. But seriously, this is a huge issue.
Yeah.
It's millions of people in Las Vegas that rely on that water source.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are involved with the mafia, work faster on this, you guys, please.
No.
There is a time, there's an issue here. There's a big time sensitive issue.
No, but
This seriously needs to be addressed.
no, but all jokes aside, everybody, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. They're really certain. Who gives a fuck about grass? Unless it's producing you food, don't worry about it.
Right.
At this point, that's.
Vegas is going to be hurting.
Yeah, well, and it's not just that. A lot of communities in Southern California.
There are other communities.
That whole water board is going to be completely affected.
Right.
So, and not to mention, a lot of people rely on that electricity from Hoover Dam as well.
Right.
So,
True.
You're looking at a big crisis. So, everybody, please conserve your water. Be smart about this. Conserve your electricity. Peak hours. I'm from California, so, we're very aware of peak hours and all of that.
Yeah.
Be aware.
And I'm sure a lot of the states are already, they already know all of this and do all this because it is information that you have. It's discussed quite a bit. Up here, we don't necessarily have that issue.
Not yet.
But yet, exactly. That's the thing, is yet. But yeah, it's getting worse. And I was watching a YouTuber who it took 2 hours for him to get through the line to launch his boat because there's so many people and there's only one launch right now to get your boat in and out of the lake. It was 110 degrees and people are just trying to escape the heat in any way that they can. And there's people out there getting stuck. There's more boats and barrels that have sunk and been on the bottom of the lake are coming up. It's some shit. So very, very scary thought. And then another update is that the couple who was wanted by the FBI for frauding thousands of people with their company Northwest Territorial Mint, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. 61-year-old Bernard Ross Hansen and 49-year-old Diane Renee Erdman were both sentenced earlier this month. So they were caught. We had said that. For trying to evade their prison sentencing by running off, from Auburn, Washington to a small motel in Port Hadlock, Washington. After an 11-day manhunt, they were found. So it was reported when they were found that in the front seat of their vehicle, there were 3 loaded firearms. And, prosecutors argued that they showed a danger of violence. They were prepared to go down fighting, it seems like.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep. You were not that cool. And yeah, Google their mugshots. That's the saddest, sorriest sack of shit Bonnie and Clyde I've ever seen. If that's the case, sorry.
This is the one where I was like, Gone Girl it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't try. They like changed their license plate, but they didn't attempt
do
to like get a
anything
new
else.
car or anything else. Like they, they didn't change their appearances. They nothing.
Dumb fucks.
Right. Dumb fucks. So for his part in the scheme that defrauded customers of millions of dollars, Hansen was sentenced to 11 years in prison for 14 counts of federal felonies. And Erdman was sentenced to 5 years in prison. And they have to pay back restitution in the amount of like $68 million. These people are never going to get their money back.
No.
It's never going to happen.
No.
Yeah. All right. And that is it for this week, friends. We've enjoyed all of these topics that we've discussed this week. And thank you so much for joining us for a great time. We have one more episode in this season's What the Fuck series before we will be taking a short break to gear up for our regular 5th season. So have a happy 4th of July, and we will be back with you next week. Till then, thanks everybody. Stay safe and stay out of the damn woods. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Out of the woods. Bye.